Hey, what's up guys, War Koopa here, and let's get right into it. I started off with 688 million kill points, and I'll be running Guan with Sargon and Skippy with Taric, and I did it like this because I was disappointed with my Sargon and Taric march in the last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, and I paired Guan with Sargon in this video for their AoE and Sargon's defensive capabilities. And for Skippy, he has it all, and I figured I might as well add a lot of extra damage to him from Taric. So, as you can see, we were at a disadvantage this time around in terms of numbers. I don't know how my kingdom traded in these fights, but as for me, I'm surprised with how well we did given the situation. And as you can see from the footage, I tried getting back as much as possible, picking on the ones that went too far and were headed back down so that I can hit them with the maximum amount of AoE. Here, we were already getting pushed back. We couldn't advance any further, so we had to retreat at this moment. And from my point of view, we were scattered a little bit, but we were still able to fight together and protect each other. That's how I saw it, at least. I was impressed with how well we held on, and I'm excited to see how we do in Kingsland. I never checked my reports during the fighting because I couldn't find the time for it, and we got pushed back even further after a while, and I decided that I would be more impactful if I had a bigger march out here, so I decided to sad face my army. And now let's look at a few honest reports before Skippy and Taric made it to the action. Here in this report, even though my army had less than 50,000 units, AoE is still pretty decent, and I can't complain about it. I'm happy with it nonetheless. Okay, looking at this one, you can tell there is a big difference since I have a full march on this one, and I am inflicting 2,000 to 4,000 severely wounded on the enemy marches, and even though I am taking in AoE, I am outputting more. Same with this one, around the same amount of severely wounded inflicted on them. I did take in more AoE in this report than the last one, but I still did more in damage. I hope this proves that this is a good march to run in the open field. I always hope that one of these is going to be a big T5 march, but it never is. I should already know better that T5 don't take in as much damage. So now we got Skippy and Taric on the field, and at this point in the fighting, more of our players joined in the fight. This did happen late at night for a lot of us, so not everyone was online at the time. I was grateful that some of them came because we did need the help. With more of our players able to join in, and with the beginning of the fighting taking place near our pass, they had less reinforcements able to come in, and we were able to reinforce faster and have better marches come in. And we were able to push them back deeper. That's what she said. And I was still trying the same thing as before, which was to pick out the ones that were about to head back so that my AoE can hopefully hit the maximum amount of players, which I believe worked in my favor. I was able to check more reports since I had less work to do now that we had more players helping out, which I don't recommend because getting distracted just means that you're more susceptible to walking out of place and getting targeted. You can see that my damage output is around the same, and I credit that to Guan and Skippy having the same amount of skill damage, but I do think that my Guan was more tanky, but only because he had way better gear. Still T4. Now, here we were back at their same choke point from earlier, and we were trying to push through, but we just didn't have the numbers at the time. We weren't going to fight a losing battle for too long since we do have another free Altar of Darkness this time around, so my coalition was thinking, why fight it when we can have it for free? So let's look at a few reports. So it's just the same thing pretty much. If I have a low march, the reports won't be as great, but if I have a decent sized army or a full army, then the reports will be amazing. But this is altar fighting, your troops will get low and end up getting sad-faced, but in normal open field fighting, you always pull back before your army gets low, so this will not be an issue. So that concludes today's video. These are two good pairings that you guys can try in the open field. I definitely recommend it, but just keep in mind that Guan and Skippy is still the best infantry march, no doubt. We ended up going to the other altar for honor points, so it all worked out in the end. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Later.